Hello everyone, this is Katharine's Creatures, and this is a series where we're going to talk a little bit about and touch base upon various mythological creatures, beast, beings, and the like pulled from lore worldwide. And I always like to preface by saying that I am not a linguist, so if I mispronounce anything along the way, I apologize in advance, and this should be episode 97. We are so close to that 100 episode marker. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about a ghost. I haven't really talked about a lot of ghosts recently, and though this one has a lot of similarities to just this very stereotypical way we perceive hauntings and ghosts in general from all over the world, this particular one I'm going to be talking about is from Thai folklore, and it goes by the name of Phi Tai Hong, and it is a restless, vengeful spirit from a person who suffered a violent or cruel death. This person could be either a man or a woman, doesn't really matter, but what has to happen is obviously either a sudden death, usually violent, often where someone didn't have the proper funerary rites and rituals done to the corpse before burial. And so the spirit that comes from this is often very, very aggressive, angry. Its anger and sorrow kind of mutate into its sense of vengeance. And in the lore, the folklore from Thailand, it is one of the most difficult to exorcise. And like I said, if this all sounds very familiar, I think that's really because, yes, a lot of ghost lore from all around the world have very similar vibes to it, especially the vengeful ones. So it's on the rare side to find a good ghost or spirit story. But here is just another example of what we see over and over again throughout all over the world of a spirit that was, maybe they were murdered, maybe they were in a horrific accident, who knows, but triggers something where the spirit stays behind and then wreaks havoc. And in this particular story or type of ghost, the Phi Tai Hong, usually haunts areas where they died. And again, the violent death took place, and this could include homes. So the whole house haunting thing can tie back into Phi Tai Hong as well. Now, when it comes to exorcisms, as I said, they're very, very hard to exorcise. And the lore is steeped with the fact that there needs to be arcane ceremonies tied into the exorcism in hope that it is successful. But the one thing that I think is kind of neat about the Phi Tai Hong is, so far everything sounds very broad, and it is. There are actually a couple subcategories of Phi Tai Hong spirits, and the worst category, supposedly the most feared, the most violent, the most vengeful one of the Phi Tai Hong goes by one of two names, Thai Thang Klom or Thai Thong Klom. Hopefully I'm close to that. I'll put all that information below. But these are instances where the violent death or the sudden death has occurred to a woman who was pregnant. And so she died with her unborn child, and because you have now lost two spirits to a death, which in these cases a lot of times do deal with childbirth complications, you have this extremely malevolent spirit because two spirits were lost in a tragedy versus just one. And so that's why they're deemed as some of the most malevolent, the most fearsome, the worst kind of the Phi Tai Hong, because two were lost versus one, which I thought that was kind of a neat way to kind of rationalize one of the spirit types of a deceased woman who died during pregnancy, which there's a whole interesting culture all around the world, again, of lore about spirits who are just that, women who died either during childbirth or during pregnancy. Okay, if you have any questions about this or anything else, post them in the comments below or reach out to me on any of my social media. And until next time, everyone, Skål.